Hi, my name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Scorpio for the month of July 2023. Going to be using my Tarot card deck, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps it to grow, and it helps me to do new videos for you. It gives me the confidence and the incentive, if you like, to do more free readings for you. So please press subscribe, and also don't forget to like, to share, and to comment. So let's just put down your 10 cards on the table. So first card is in the here and now, the present situation, what's going on around you at this time. Okay, the card I get is the Chariot card. Okay, very positive card. Okay, it's also a major card, so it's about big changes taking place. Okay, so major issues around you which you're dealing with, but its main thing about this card is about movement. Okay, it's about movement forward. It could also point to like house changes, such as a move or a holiday or a trip coming up for you. I mean, the main thing with the Chariot is it's the victory card as well. So it's very much about victory around the situation. So this door might have been shut, and you like find the key to open this door. So it's very much about moving to the next level or moving to the next stage here. I'm seeing like this black and this white bird here on the card, and it's very much about balance. Yeah, it's very much about you finding balance within a situation. There could well have been a lot of extremes, you know, on the outside with this kind of sort of pushing and pulling, this blowing hot and cold, this coming and going. Okay, but it's very much about you finding balance within yourself, in your mind. And of course, what happens then is that you find balance on the outside, and you actually find people around you not being so extreme. Okay, respecting you a lot more. Okay, and then coming forward a lot more. I'm not saying that you're to blame for their behaviour, you're not, okay? But it's more about once you find balance within yourself, then you'll find more balance from them as well. It's like you're taking the kind of higher ground, if you like, the better ground here. Card crossing is, yeah, exactly what I just said, the Knight of Wands, which is about this pushing and pulling, this blowing hot and cold, this extreme energy, okay? But I do sense this connection around you. It's coming across as a deep spiritual connection. Okay, so it could well be like a sort of soulmate connection. We have loads of soulmates, or it could be like a twin flame connection where we only have one twin flame. Okay, it's like the super soulmate, if you like. But it's something here with the astrological clock. It's written in the stars. Okay, it's like your destiny. That's what I get here. Okay, so on one side you've got this beautiful spiritual connection, okay, but on the other side you've got all these challenges which go with it. Okay, but once you find that balance within yourself, so taking these extremes but finding balance, you know, between these extremes, so somewhere in the middle, then things will start to even up on the outside as well, because I do sense you've got a whole lot of effort, a lot of time into various situations, but once you master it within yourself, then things will start to balance up on the outside. So all this time and all this effort you put in will come back in equal measure. So in the past, coming to the present, I've got the High Priestess in the reverse position. I do sense some negative energy here around you, a lot of toxic energy. This could be like in the form of a person or people around you. It could be also around like watching the news too much and just hearing negativity. I mean, there's a lot of good things going on in the world as well. Okay, I know there's a lot of bad things as well, but it's kind of seeing more balance there, not just focusing all the time on what's going wrong. Okay, this does affect you. Okay, this does hold you back. Okay, so you know you can't just cut yourself off, you know, from everything. Okay, and it's more about the way which you deal with things. I mean, of course, if you're there all day just watching the news, then it could be an idea to just step back and just watch it a few times a day. Okay, or someone's been really negative towards you, just let it go over your head or something. Okay, it's just dealing with the situation differently rather than taking things to heart here. Okay, and sometimes changes do need to be made, and you do need to put your best foot forward. So looking more forward, it's interesting because these three cards are all major cards. So the High Priestess, Reverse, the Chariot and the Hanged Man, all major cards. So there's been a lot of, if you like, the past, there's been a lot of major issues, a lot of changes, which is now in the present and also going into the future. So the recent past and then the recent future as well. But with the Hanged Man, it's just saying there's one main thing which you're going to do. Because these cards, these major cards anyhow, it's like written in stone. Okay, this is how things are. This is what's going to happen. Yeah, there are delays sometimes, okay, but this is what's happening and this is what's going to happen in your life. The Hanged Man shows you facing, you see this big face, facing up to something. Okay, so rather than running away from something, you're shown to actually face up to something. Okay, and then in facing up to something, you allow a new door to open up for you, which then brings about this transformation or this transition for you. So the next card is in the goal position, which is the Five of Wands reversed. An interesting card. When you look at it, first of all, what does it look like? It looks like people fighting. Are they playing a game? Okay, or are they building something? There's a lot of mixed signals here. Okay, there's mixed signals within yourself. Okay, there's also mixed signals on the outside. But guess what? Once you see it differently within yourself, then things will start to change around you. Okay, it is very much about growth. It's about expansion. It's about working on yourself. Okay, as you find more balance within yourself, you find balance on the outside as well. There could well have been a lot of conflicts around you recently. A lot of pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold that's coming and going. So quite clearly your goal is you're wanting things to become more settled, okay? And then also in growth, you actually start growing towards the sun. And of course the sun is what you're wanting, you know? The sun is very much about your intentions, your wishes, you know, what you've been asking the universe for, okay? So growth is actually a very positive thing, okay? And I don't really see it as good or bad or anything like that, but more about you feeling good, okay? You feeling good about your life, and then you feeling good about growing towards what you want as well. Subconsciously, I've got the Three of Pentacles. So already with this card here, it's a very positive card. It shows you put 1 foot forward here, okay? But you need to put 2 feet forward. But putting 1 foot forward is better than putting no feet forward, okay? But putting them both forward is what you're wanting, because then you just move forward, okay? So there's a strong sense you do need to take a risk, you do need to take a leap of faith, but the card is very much about the security which you're finding within yourself. Yeah? You find it within yourself, it's going to start appearing on the outside. It's also something here about improvements around a work or money situation for you as well. Yeah, I mean the advice here is shown by the Queen of Wands reversed. It's very much what I've been on about. It's this negativity around you, pick it up from the radio, from the news, from people around you. You know, it's kind of everywhere you go, okay? And the more you focus on it, the bigger it's kind of sort of gets, okay? But as soon as you start dealing with it differently, yeah, as I said, watching less news or what people say, just letting it just go over your head a lot of the time, okay? That's really going to help, because then it won't fester. You know, there's nothing there to fester within yourself. But if you get it all the time, then it kind of festers within yourself. Yeah, and you feel negative about everything. It's not that you're a negative person, it's like the negativity you feel from these negative people or this negative news around you. So it's about cutting back, dealing with it differently, and then it won't fester within yourself. You'll feel more positive, you have more energy to do more of what you want. So the next card is what's on the outside, the Seven of Swords reversed. So quite clearly there's been a lot of negativity, which is shown here, a lot of trust issues. Someone's been dishonest, okay? Could well have been some kind of cheating that went on here as well. But since it's reversed, it's about moving away from that energy, dealing with it differently to how you've dealt with it before. Because if you focus too much on it, because you've been wronged by somebody, you actually start hurting yourself, you know, not the person who's wronged you, okay? They're going through their own kind of sort of suffering, you know. The universe does tend to kind of sort of balance things up, okay, though there's no need for you to do anything, okay, apart from to focus on you. You've got to focus on your game, if you like, okay? They say that in football. Don't focus on what the other teams are doing. Just focus on your own game, you know, on your own team. And then you can develop and grow. And then everything else can fit in around you then as well. So it's very positive. Your hopes and your fears are shown by the Four of Pentacles here. Quite clearly, I think your fear is that, you know, the same thing is going to happen here, okay, or you're going to remain stuck forever. But quite clearly here with the Four of Pentacles, it's very much about you kind of sort of gaining more security here, okay, you growing in strength. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's what I'm being given here. You will deal with these people, these situations differently, okay, but you can't just cut things out. Not all the time, sometimes, okay, but most of the time it's very much about dealing with the situations differently, and then you just grow in strength, okay. Of course, if there's any bad habits or anything like that, it's always good to actually cut down or just move away from them, okay. Just look at it differently. The final card is the Four of Swords. Interesting card. This healing process which you're going through. I do sense this divine connection. I think I picked it up earlier, but you know, you've got these two people here, or two souls if you like, okay, so it is very much about this soul connection, or soulmate, or twin flame connection. So we have plenty of soulmates and just one twin flame, but there's some kind of process you're going through with one of them, because you're both shown here, okay, you're both shown, it's like kebab skewers, okay, you're going around and around and around, but notice head to foot, okay, so completely different. It's like a mirror image of each other, so like two halves of the same soul if you like, which fit together perfectly. But it's far from perfect. It's perfect in a spiritual sense, but it's far from perfect in a physical sense, like where you are or who you're with. Around communication, there could be a lot of coldness, and emotionally as well, okay, those are far from perfect. Those are what needs to be worked on. This is why you're here. Okay, that's what it's saying. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. There's also links for free daily readings, personal readings, to buy me a coffee, into my crystal shop. Thank you.